We'll get started in just a minute. I'm just giving everybody a little bit more time to get in here. Right. I think we can go ahead and get started. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for attending our Speaker Know Before You Go webinar. We always feel like these are valuable, whether you're a new or returning speaker, just to get some refreshers on the event, things you can expect, what's new, and just an overview of any information that you might find useful before you get on site. I just wanted to kick things off really quick. I am Lee Mann. I'm the conference director for POWERGEN. I'm joined by some of my colleagues today on this webinar. Gabriella Cesare is our conference manager, Haley Isler is our coordinator, and then Ashley Rowena is actually our group director of digital engagement and products. So she's going to do a quick overview of our mobile app so that you're prepared to download and use it while you're on site. Also not on the call, but part of the team is Kevin Clark, who I'm sure many of you know, who's our senior content director. Moving into event hours, so everybody knows, our exhibit hall hours are from Tuesday through Thursday. Tuesday and Wednesday, we are open from 10 to 5. Thursday is 9 to 1. I do want to mention Monday, we do have some pre-conference workshops happening, which we'll get into in a little bit. No exhibit hall, but we will have some conference programming as well. And then for registration, if you need to pick up your badge or register on site, you can do so starting Sunday. It'll be open 11 to 4 on Sunday, and then Monday, 7:30 to 5, Tuesday and Wednesday, 7:45 to 5, and Thursday, 8 to 12. And those are all accessible on our website as well, in case anybody wants to reference them later. A quick overview of our badges and inclusions. As a speaker, depending on where you're speaking, you are eligible for a free pass to the event, with the just caveat that whether you're a conference speaker or speaking in the exhibit hall, you will have a different badge. So if you're speaking in our technical conference, you have are eligible for an all access badge. And we've included what's included in that badge. You'll see listed here. So that includes our technical sessions, our breakfast roundtables, our exhibit hall floor, which includes the zones or theaters on the floor, our keynotes, and then complimentary lunch on Tuesday and Wednesday. If you're speaking in one of our zones on the exhibit hall floor, you get a exhibit hall only pass, which still gives you access to the floor, obviously, and the zones, all of our keynotes. But you will have to upgrade to have access to our technical conference and some of our ancillary programs, as well as lunch. Gabby will now go through some other information with you, so I'll turn it over to her.
So like Lee mentioned, for most of you, if you are speaking in our technical program or conference tracks, you'll receive the full conference pass. And then if you are presenting on our exhibit floor in our zones or center stage, you'll be receiving a exhibit hall pass. We do recommend that you register ahead of time, and we'll kind of go over how you can do that. This just gives you access to the mobile app. It helps you request meetings, so you kind of are prepared when you are on site. We also kind of provide the link so you can see what is also included in your badge on our webpage. Once you are pre-registered, you can pick up your badge beginning on Sunday. On January 18th. We do recommend you pick up your badges prior to your session, at least in a few hours, just to kind of beat the lines and make sure that you have more time to prepare for your presentation than wait to get your badge printed. So this is just kind of a little quick screenshot of, what the exhibit floor looks like, but we'll kind of dive deeper into it and kind of explain what really is on our exhibit floor. So on the street level, with our exhibit floor, you will be, once you enter, you'll have registration on your right, as well as hall one on your left, which is where we'll have all of our keynote sessions. When you enter straight ahead, that you'll enter our exhibit hall where you'll see the center stage, all of our zones. We'll have a couple of activation areas like our current cafe, our charge up cafe, as well as where you can rebook if you're exhibiting, and just other grab and go markets and other things that you can do on the floor. And then in terms of our opening night for our reception, it will be at the grotto, which is at the convention center, so you can access that through the river level or the street level. So we'll have signage for that as well. On our meeting level, which is the second floor, this is where we'll have a couple of our co-located events and workshops, our breakfast roundtables on Thursday morning, and then our speaker ready room, which we kind of called out here. This is where you'll be able to test your presentation. You can find our team if you have any questions, as well as meet with any other panelists or presenters, so you guys are ready to go once it's time to start your presentation. We also have a quiet room and co-check if needed. Our ballroom level, which is level 3. This is where all of our conference is going to be taking place, in addition to some of our Monday technical programs like our university, as well as our water power hydro basics. So this is where you most likely will be throughout the week. And then just some exhibit hall highlights. Like I mentioned, our zones will be on the exhibit floor, so just kind of called out the booth numbers. We'll have our canine corner where you can have a cup of coffee and see some of the puppies from a local animal shelter in Texas. Our center stage, our meeting house, our connection lunch where you can kind of chat with attendees over key event topics, and then our currents cafe. And then this is just an education overview. On Monday, like I said before, this is where we'll have a couple of co-located events and workshops, our POWERGEN University and tech tours. Most of the events going on Monday are add-ons and do need to be pre-registered. For Tuesday, that's when we'll kind of kick off our conference with our opening keynote. We'll also have a keynote in the afternoon. We'll have our conference session zone and center stage sessions going on, as well as a couple of meetups. Wednesday is pretty much very similar to Tuesday. The only difference is we will have our Women in Power panel, and that will be taking place on our center stage. And then Thursday, we kind of have conference sessions, only technical program sessions going on in the morning, our breakfast roundtables in the morning as well as a few other workshops and co-located events. Breakfast roundtables is only accessible to conference badges, but it is first come, first serve. So, I do recommend getting there early so you can grab a seat. Now I'm going to pass it over to Haley.
Yeah, so I'm going to go over our speaker hub and our dashboard. The platform we use for the speaker dashboard is Session Board, which I'm sure some of you are already familiar with. In your dashboard, you can access your session details such as date, time, location of your session, as well as who may be co-presenting with you. You can update your headshot and bio so everything is current, and you will find the link to register for your complimentary speaker pass in your dashboard as well. This is also where you're going to upload your presentation for conference proceedings, and you can download custom ready-to-use social media graphics. In the Speaker Hub, we ask that you visit the Speaker Hub following that link there. Inside the Speaker Hub, you'll find the PowerGen presentation template, as well as FAQs and important deadlines. And you'll also find our speaker guidelines, but I wanted to highlight those. So for our 45-minute sessions, there can be no more than 2 speakers. For our 60-minute panels, no more than 4 panelists and 1 moderator. And then if there's any speaker changes, please contact our team as soon as possible with the email below. And then going to the speaker portal, everyone should have access to your speaker portal. If you don't have access, please let us know, and you'll log in just using your email address. So a little zoomed in version of the speaker dashboard. Once you're logged into your speaker portal, you'll see your speaker dashboard. You'll see an overview of the sessions you are part of, your profile details, and your tasks. Your tasks are going to be pretty important, and you want to get into those. Under the task tab, you'll find the link to register. You can upload your headshot and bio, as well as upload your conference proceedings. So in our slides and our presentations that you're going to upload, you can upload this directly in the speaker portal. The latest version will sync to the conference proceedings. So if you uploaded a presentation and then you made edits, you need to re-upload the most recent version for our conference proceedings. If you have multiple presentations, please upload them in a zip file. Only one file type will sync to the conference proceedings page, and a PDF or PowerPoint format is preferred. It's important that you bring your presentation on a flash drive or your own computer, because we will not have those preloaded on the screens for you. So it's important to have your flash drive or your own computer. Next is we're going to talk about the custom ready-made speaker graphics I mentioned earlier. These are available in your speaker dashboard under the Tasks tab. So once you're inside the Tasks tab, you'll see the snowball share your participation. Open that link, and then it'll create all custom speaker graphics, whether you want to share on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, email, whatever you want. It'll be custom to you in your session. Moving into some things you can expect on site. For the rooms, all the standard AV will be set: screens, projectors, mics, a laser pointer, and a laptop. Just make sure your presentation is in a 16:9 format, and we'll also have an AV technician nearby if anything pops up. Each technical session has a dedicated session chair who will introduce speakers, help manage Q&A, and keep things moving on time. Just note that sponsored sessions, zones, and the center stage will not have a session chair. And an important reminder, internet is not available inside the session rooms or on the show floor. Wi-Fi is only in the common spaces in the speaker ready room. So if you need to download your slides or check emails, be sure to stop by the speaker ready room beforehand. Continuing on, plan to get on site at least an hour before your first session so you have plenty of time to get settled. Then try to be at your actual speaking room about 15 minutes before your time slot. We also have a speaker ready room in room 221D, where you can run through your slides, meet your co-presenters, or just take a quiet moment before you present. Like I mentioned earlier, don't forget to bring your presentation with you. You can load it from a USB or use your own laptop. We aren't able to retrieve any presentations that were uploaded earlier, so please have your final file with you. And if your company restricts USBs, be sure to bring your personal laptop so you can access everything that you need. Ashley's gonna get into the app for you guys.
Hey everyone. So really quickly, I'm just going to run through some slides and then we'll do a quick demo of the actual app so that way you guys can get familiar with it before you arrive on site. So the first steps with the mobile app is you want to make sure that you can download it. I will also share the link in the chat once I'm done running through some things, but we do have the QR code in that top right-hand corner if you want to scan it with your device right now. Otherwise, your first initial steps when you've logged into the app is you're going to plug in your email address that you're registered with, and then you will need to enter a registration ID in order to claim your account. If you've attended PowerGen previous years and logged into the app before, it may ask you to skip the registration ID step and then just go directly to your password. If for whatever reason you need help or have questions with your registration ID or you need help resetting your password, I'm going to put the mobile app's email in the chat as well, so you can email us directly and we can help you there. But once you've logged into the app, so Haley, if you don't mind going to the next screen for me. We just wanted to run through some of the important things that you're going to want to focus on once you're in the actual app. So first thing we always recommend is users enabling their push notifications. So it's right in that circle in the image of the app right there. So enabling push notifications just allows you to be able to receive any updates that we send during the event. So if there's reminders, if something changes last minute, we'll make sure that we send a notification out to everybody so that way you have the latest and greatest news. Similarly, the show has networking at it, so it's a great way for you to connect with your peers at the show. So whether it's other speakers, attendees, exhibitors, etc., you do have that functionality, which I'll show you how you can use in the app when I do the demo. So I'm actually going to go ahead and share my screen. Or Haley, do you mind hitting the next slide just so I can see which was on that? Oh, okay. So really quickly though, before I start showcasing everything, what's also great about the app is that you can actually create your own personal schedule. So whether you're doing the actual networking and scheduling meetings that way, you also have access to the full event agenda. So that way you can see the sessions that are happening. You can use filters to find the right sessions that you're looking for. Then you can add them directly to your calendar in the app. And then the app does allow you to sync that calendar directly to your mobile device. So we'll walk through those steps when I give the overview. So just give me 1 second as I get that screen share ready. Audio. All right. We are live, so I'm going to get rid of us. And so I'm already logged into the mobile app, and my view may be a little bit different for the speakers right now, just because as staff, we have access to every item that's in here. So the first thing that I do want to call out to make your show experience easier when you get on site, we do have the QR code for badge pickup. As speakers, we don't have that block ready for you yet because we're going to add your registration ID closer to the show, but this block will be available for you when it's ready. You'll click on that, it'll pull open your QR code, and then from there, you can go up to our scanners on site, scan this, and it'll print your badge for you. So just making it a much easier and smoother pickup time for you. Next thing on here, I'm going to just go through the different sections that we have. So the searching for is really going to help you identify whether it's sponsors, attendees, or other speakers that you're looking for. So these lists, I'll click into the attendee list, for example, here is going to show you everybody who's registered for the event. And what's nice about this list is you can scroll and see the full list of users, or you can actually use the filters on the top of the page to help you narrow down your search. So if you are looking for somebody with a specific job function, you can select one of these, hit done, apply your filters, and then it will show you who qualifies under that category. Each page will have filters for it. So again, it's just going to make you be able to find who you're looking for easier. Similar, as I said, exhibitor list also has the filters. And what's nice about this is you can click on the sponsor, learn more about them, see where their booth number is. See, it's got that find me at 1647. And any profile you click into, you can scroll down to learn more about each user. What's nice also is when you're looking at users, if you're interested in somebody, you can always show an interest and then they will live on your interested list, which you can access at any time. So I'm going to go back to this interactive floor plan. So this will be helpful when you're on site at the event. This is actually in progress still. We're working on connecting the exhibitor booths to it. Not as helpful pre-show, but when you're on site, I think it'll be really useful as you're trying to navigate the show, find whether it's our hubs, where the meeting zones are. And what's nice this year is we do have additional levels of the venue. So then you can actually see the meeting spaces specifically. So if you're looking at the event agenda and there's a certain location you're looking for, that will be linked on here as well. The next section we have is the building your schedule area. And so this is really just making sure that you can build out your agenda for each day while you're at the show. So first block is going to be the full schedule. So this is every single session that's happening at the event. As I said, you can use filters to narrow that down further for you. Otherwise, on the homepage, we do have two other blocks that are technically under education and networking. So education is going to be any education session. So this is already pre-filtered based off of those education sessions. You can use filters to narrow it down further. And then networking is very similar. It's any session that technically qualifies under that category. Another way you can access the full schedule is if you click the schedule button down here at the bottom, it'll generate and auto-populate you to my schedule. But at the top here, you can toggle to event agenda. And then from there, you can see the full agenda and you can then navigate for each day if you wanted to and use the filters from there. If I wanted to add a session to my calendar, all I have to do is hit this little calendar button that's on the right-hand side to the session. You'll see I have not calendar synced yet. I'm not going to do that right now just because I would want to do it once I have my agenda built. So I'm not interested, but once you do have the synchronization set up, it should auto sync as you continue to add more sessions. Another thing to call out on here for the sessions, if I click into them, I can actually learn more about it. So I can see who the sponsors are, when it will be happening, its location, full description, and then who our speakers will be, and then just the tags that we have associated with it. And additionally, there are some some sessions that will require additional registration. So meaning if you needed to pre-register for it, sessions that you've pre-registered for are not auto-populated to your calendar. But you can check registration directly just to make sure that you've already signed up for that ahead of time. I'll go back to the homepage and then just focus really on networking. So a big thing for us is making sure that you're connecting with the right people at the show. And as I said, making meetings with them. So we have a few things here. My interested list is going to be anybody who I marked as interested. So as I continue to mark and favorite people, those will live there. My connections is going to be anybody who I have a mutual interest with or meeting with. Right now, I don't have any showing. Next, my recommendations. So this is kind of like a dating app I like to compare it to, but don't think of it that way. But it's basically another way for the system. It's reading your profile information and how you're engaging with the app, and it will recommend other users for you. So you can actually hit skip or show an interest from this page. You can actually request a meeting directly, or you can actually swipe left to skip, or you can swipe right to mark them as interested. So just another way for us to recommend you people in case you wanted some help there. Otherwise, your scheduled meetings will appear here under the scheduled meeting section. If you have any meeting requests that you need to respond to, they will show up here under this pending meetings block. I don't have any right now. If I click into it, I'll see that I don't have any. But it will appear similar to how Katie's name appears under the scheduled meetings for me. And then what's nice is we also added this interested in me block. So that just allows you to see who's marked you as interested. So nobody's marked me as interested, which is okay. But what's nice about that is I can see who's been looking at my profile. And if I'm interested in them, I can actually go and mark them as interested, create that connection. And once we have a connection, we can actually use the app to chat back and forth. So that's down here at the bottom. So I can actually see my previous chat histories. And you can use this to just chat in real time. So like Steph Mai's here, I could say hello. And she'll get that message. And if she has notifications turned on her phone, she'll know that I've chatted her back. Otherwise, in our more menu section, we just have some additional links in here. So we have our app resources guide, our health and safety page, our privacy policy, and any of our socials and additional just information about the event in case you are looking to access more. So I will stop sharing my screen here. And then Haley, sorry, I know you're gonna have to reshare. Thank you. All right, then last bit on the app side that we just want to cover is for session surveys. So when you're in the mobile app, when a session is over, you'll have the ability to either thumbs up, thumbs down, or mark a session that you didn't attend it. And so you won't see that when you're in the app now, obviously, because the sessions haven't started. But once they wrap up, you can go into that session and just give us feedback. So that's information that we're sharing with the entire audience as well. So that way it's an additional way for us to collect just more insights and what the people thought about the session specifically. Otherwise, I think that's it on the app section. And I'm going to put some additional resources in the chat for you guys to access.
Awesome. Haley, you can go to the next slide. Perfect. So obviously, prior Haley mentioned about uploading your presentation. So the latest version that you upload will be accessible to attendees that have a conference badge. They will receive an email on Monday to access your presentation so they can download it, prior or after the event, and then receive a reminder on Friday. We understand a lot of our speakers are engineers and do need credits for their PE. So, we will be sending out an email post-event for you to receive your PDH. You will need to complete a survey first for you to receive your certificate. The certificate will be for 15 hours, which is, if you attended every single session. If you attend the POWERGEN University courses, you'll receive a separate certificate that will be for 2 hours or more, depending on how many courses you attend. Again, like I said, you do need to complete the survey for you to receive the certificate. And then I mentioned meetups a little bit before as well. This is just an overview of what that schedule looks like. Most of these meetups are on the exhibit floor and open to all attendees. This is a great opportunity for you to network with new folks that share identities and interests. We also have like I said, most of them are going to be on the exhibit floor. The only one that kind of stands out from the rest is our Power Producer Meetup. This is going to be in a conference room on the second floor and will be only accessible to our power producers. And that will be kind of based on your badge type. And then the end of our opening day on Tuesday, we have our opening night reception at the Grotto, which is 5 to 7. So make sure you have that in your calendar so you attend. It's going to be a really great event. And then just some final reminders, make sure that you pre-register for your badge and you pick up your badge early on Sunday or at least a few hours before your session. Log into your speaker portal to complete next steps, like, again, find your registration link, upload your headshot and bio, as well as where you can upload your presentation, which is due on January 12th. Make sure you bring your presentation on flash drive or your own computer. Again, whatever presentation you upload will only be for conference proceedings. We will not have access to that presentation for your actual session. So make sure you have that on you. Our speaker ready room is in 221D. If for some reason you can't have a flash drive, you forgot your personal computer, we are there to help you. So make sure you come and say hi and practice on our kind of little setup so you know exactly what your setup will be once you're in the room. Also in your dashboard, you can promote your session as well as you as a speaker on your social media. So use that link that Snowball has generated so you can find copy as well as graphics to fit any preferred social media platform. If you have any other questions, we are here to help. We have the email listed below. If you have any issues registering, have any other questions on your session, anything that you need, just feel free to reach out to us. This webinar is recorded, so if you kind of joined late or want to kind of do a recap, we will have this in your dashboard as well. So we definitely do have plenty of extra time, so we'll kind of open it up for Q&A if anybody has any questions. No, we covered a lot, so we might have already answered your questions, which is always a good thing. Well, there's only a few of you, so I'm going to assume that we answered all your questions. So we're going to conclude the webinar. Like I said, you can access this recording in your dashboard. The link is in our chat. Be observant of your inbox. We will be sending out a few emails in the upcoming weeks by the PGI conference at Clarion Events email address, where you will just get another know before you go kind of email, some guidelines and other links. And so, we always want to make sure that you are prepared and ready to go once you're on site. So thank you all for joining, and we'll see you all in Texas next month.
Thank you, everyone.